Are you afraid of what really happens behind the closed doors of the world's most powerful men? Because what you're about to see will shatter everything you thought you knew about Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. This isn't just another scandal. This is a story of secrets, privilege, and a darkness that reaches the highest levels of power. The summer of 2019 sent shockwaves through the world of the rich and powerful. The arrest of Jeffrey Epstein, a man whose name was whispered in the corridors of influence, marked a turning point in how the world viewed the elite. Suddenly, the hidden connections and secretive gatherings of the upper echelons were thrust into the harsh light of public scrutiny. Jeffrey Epstein, financier to the elite, was arrested for sex trafficking of minors, a dark enterprise allegedly spanning decades. His arrest was not just the downfall of one man, but a crack in the facade of untouchable wealth and privilege. The charges against him were shocking, but what truly unsettled the public was the possibility of a much wider web of complicity. As Epstein's crimes came to light, so did questions about the powerful men in his orbit, especially Donald J. Trump, then President of the United States. The world watched as the media began to dig into the past, searching for any sign of deeper involvement or knowledge. Trump's connection to Epstein wasn't new, but the arrest forced a closer look at their shared history in Palm Beach and New York. Their paths had crossed at exclusive clubs, lavish parties, and private estates, settings where the lines between business, pleasure, and secrecy often blurred. Photos and accounts showed the two men socializing, prompting scrutiny of every handshake and party. The public pored over images and stories, trying to piece together the true nature of their relationship. Was it casual acquaintance or something more? Guest lists and invitations from years past resurfaced, revealing just how often their social circles overlapped. Each new detail added fuel to the fire of speculation, as investigators and journalists tried to map the network of influence that surrounded Epstein. Trump quickly distanced himself, claiming he hadn't spoken to Epstein in years and was not a fan, but this clashed with earlier friendlier statements. The contrast between his public denials and past comments only deepened the intrigue, leaving many to wonder what was being left unsaid. The timing, Epstein's arrest during Trump's presidency, added intrigue and relentless media attention. Every development was dissected on cable news, and the story dominated headlines for weeks, overshadowing even other major events. Epstein's death in jail, officially ruled a suicide, left many questions unanswered and fueled conspiracy theories. The circumstances were so unusual that even seasoned observers were left stunned, and the public's trust in the official narrative quickly eroded. For Trump, the Epstein saga became a persistent shadow, raising uncomfortable questions he couldn't easily escape. No matter how often he denied any close connection, the story followed him, resurfacing whenever new details emerged. The public, already horrified by Epstein's crimes, was left to wonder about the true nature of the ties between the powerful and the secrets they keep. The sense of unease grew as people questioned how much remained hidden behind closed doors. The silence and speculation only deepened the mystery, leaving a lingering sense that the full story had yet to be told. Trump and Epstein's connection was more than a passing acquaintance. Over the years, their paths crossed frequently, and their association was well known among the social elite. It was a documented social entanglement that spanned the 1990s and early 2000s, with both men appearing at the same exclusive gatherings, galas, and private parties. They moved in the same elite circles in Palm Beach and New York, often photographed together at parties, sometimes with Ghislaine Maxwell. Their presence at these events was not just incidental. Many attendees recall seeing them interact, laughing and conversing as part of the same inner circle. One notable photo shows Trump, Epstein, and Maxwell at Mar-a-Lago in 2000, highlighting their shared social world. Mar-a-Lago, Trump's private club, was a frequent backdrop for their encounters, and it became a symbol of their overlapping lifestyles. Reports suggest Trump met Epstein through Maxwell, indicating a deeper integration than just casual encounters. Maxwell, known for her role as a social connector, often brought together powerful figures, and her introductions helped solidify the Trump-Epstein connection. Flight logs from Epstein's private jet, the Lolita Express, include Trump's name, underscoring their closeness. While Trump has denied frequent travel with Epstein, these records suggest he was at least familiar with Epstein's inner circle and lifestyle. In 2024, journalist Michael Wolff released tapes where Epstein himself described a deep relationship with Trump, contradicting Trump's later denials. These tapes offered a rare glimpse into Epstein's own perspective, adding new weight to long-standing rumors. Trump's campaign dismissed these claims, but the evidence points to a significant connection, one that Trump has downplayed since Epstein's downfall. Despite repeated public statements minimizing their relationship, the documented history tells a more complicated story. The true extent of their relationship remains a subject of public fascination and concern, fueling ongoing debate and speculation about what really happened behind closed doors. One of the most revealing moments in the Trump-Epstein saga comes not from rumors or speculation, but from Trump's own words, captured for posterity in a major magazine. In a 2002 New York Magazine interview, Trump offered a candid assessment of Jeffrey Epstein, a man whose name would later become synonymous with scandal and criminality. "I've known Jeff for 15 years, terrific guy," Trump said. "He's a lot of fun to be with. It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side." These words, printed in black and white, would later echo through countless news cycles. When Epstein was arrested in 2019, this quote resurfaced and quickly became a focal point of public scrutiny, sparking heated debates across social media and newsrooms alike. The remark wasn't just a throwaway line, it was a public endorsement made at a time when rumors about Epstein's predatory behavior were already quietly circulating among the elite. Trump's words suggest not only a cavalier attitude toward Epstein's reputation, but also a sense of shared comfort and camaraderie within their exclusive social circle, where boundaries were often blurred. Years later, as the Epstein scandal exploded, Trump would attempt to distance himself, claiming he was not a fan. But this quote stands in stark contrast, painting his later denials as a clear attempt to rewrite history. The episode highlights a culture among the wealthy and powerful where troubling behavior was not only tolerated, but sometimes even joked about or dismissed as harmless fun. For many observers, Trump's public declaration remains a chilling reminder of how Epstein was able to operate so freely, shielded by the complicity and silence of those in his orbit. Mar-a-Lago, Trump's Palm Beach club, became an alleged recruitment ground for Epstein's network. Virginia Giuffre, one of Epstein's accusers, says she was recruited while working at Mar-a-Lago at age 16. Giuffre hasn't accused Trump of abuse, but her story places Epstein's predatory operations within Trump's property. Trump claims Epstein was never a member, but photos show Epstein at Mar-a-Lago events. Reports surfaced that Trump banned Epstein for inappropriate behavior toward a young girl, but there's no official record of this ban. The lack of evidence leaves the story open to skepticism. Was it a genuine act or a retroactive attempt to distance himself? Mar-a-Lago remains tainted by its association with Epstein's recruitment, a stark intersection of wealth and exploitation. In July 2020, after Ghislaine Maxwell's arrest, Trump stunned many by saying, "I just wish her well, frankly," during a White House press conference. He acknowledged meeting her numerous times, consistent with photos of him, Epstein and Maxwell together. The comment, made as Maxwell faced charges of sex trafficking, struck many as tone-deaf and inappropriate. Critics questioned why a sitting president would extend well wishes to someone accused of such heinous crimes. The remark fueled speculation about Trump's ties to Maxwell and Epstein, and why he chose sympathy over condemnation. For those already wary of Trump's association with Epstein, it was another red flag. Supporters called it a throwaway line, but for many, it underscored a pattern of downplaying the severity of Epstein's world. The wish her well moment remains a troubling data point in the ongoing scrutiny of Trump's connections. Beyond the documented ties, rumors and unanswered questions swirl around Trump and Epstein. Speculation persists about what's in Epstein's sealed files. Could Trump's name appear in a more compromising context? Alexander Acosta, Trump's former labor secretary, approved Epstein's lenient 2007 plea deal and allegedly claimed he was told to back off because Epstein belonged to intelligence. Theories abound about hidden tapes from Epstein's properties, but no incriminating recordings of Trump have surfaced. While some elements, like the Acosta deal, are factual, most rumors remain unproven. The slow release of information and lack of definitive answers keep suspicion alive. Until all facts are revealed, the fog of uncertainty will persist. It's crucial to separate confirmed facts from speculation in the Trump-Epstein saga. Fact: Trump and Epstein moved in the same social circles, with photos and video evidence of their interactions. Trump's 2002 quote praising Epstein and referencing younger women is public record. Epstein's pilot testified that Trump flew on Epstein's private jet. Virginia Giuffre says she was recruited at Mar-a-Lago, though she does not accuse Trump of abuse. Trump's "wish her well" comment about Maxwell is also documented. However, Trump has never been publicly accused of sexual abuse by any of Epstein's known victims. No credible evidence or court documents directly implicate Trump in Epstein's crimes. The distinction between fact and rumor is vital. While Trump's associations raise questions, there's no proof of direct involvement in Epstein's trafficking. Public suspicion about Trump's ties to Epstein endures, fueled by Trump's broader history with women. Over 20 women have accused Trump of sexual misconduct, separate from Epstein, and he was found liable for abusing E. Jean Carroll in the 1990s. These cases, plus Trump's controversial comments about women, create a climate of distrust. In 2024, former model Stacey Williams accused Trump of groping her in Epstein's presence, describing it as a sick bet. Trump's campaign denied the claim, but such allegations deepen public suspicion. Trump's reluctance to demand full transparency on Epstein's files contrasts with calls from others for disclosure. This perceived silence only fuels doubts about what Trump knew and when. In an environment charged with distrust, the shadows over Trump's connection to Epstein remain. The mystery of Trump's full relationship with Epstein continues to spark public concern. Trump's attempts to downplay their connection clash with evidence of a deeper association. The public wonders why Trump hasn't called for full transparency on Epstein's files. Newly released tapes, if authentic, suggest a closer bond than Trump admits. Until all facts are revealed, suspicion and speculation will persist. True transparency is the only way to answer the lingering question, what is still being hidden, and why? Did you like this video? Press like, share and subscribe.